Welcome to the University of Michigan Dentistry Podcast Series, promoting oral health care worldwide.
In the dissection of the human body, there are certain areas that are very hard to get across to the student a feeling of function. One such area which is extremely important to dentistry is the valving that occurs between the nasopharynx and the oropharynx, and between the oral cavity and the oropharynx. The series of films that you're about to see were taken from a larger film by Bloomer and Hayward, which show beautifully the function of the valves controlling this area. The area that we're going to examine was exposed in these patients surgically for various reasons. And portions of the face then have been removed and allow a unique ability to watch the actual valves in action. In this mid-sagittal diagram of the head, valves 4 and 5 are the ones we will be examining. Here in the nasopharynx, we can see that it is separated from the oropharynx by valve 5, which is made up then anteriorly of the soft palate, the lateral pharyngeal wall, and the posterior pharyngeal wall. Anteriorly, valve 4 is made up of the tongue and the surface of the hard palate. In our first patient, a portion of the midface, including the nasal cavity, hard palate, and then passing forward over the dorsum of the tongue, and including that portion of the maxilla, have been removed. Now let's examine the patient. We can see here the nasopharynx, and beneath the hard palate, the oral pharynx and oral cavity. Now, the landmarks of the nasopharynx that we can see here are the middle conch, inferior conch, a portion of the sphenoid bone, the posterior pharyngeal wall, and then hidden somewhat from view, up in the recesses in this area, we'll find the torus tubarius, or the opening, pharyngeal opening of the auditory tube, and on the opposite side that will also be seen in various points of the film. We can also see the remnants of the maxillary sinus here, and again beneath the arrow at this point. At this point, one can see the remnant then of the midline of the hard palate. In this view of the oropharynx and oral cavity, we can now see the posterior pharyngeal wall, the uvula of the soft palate itself, the anterior arch and posterior arch of the soft palate, the remnants of the alveolar ridge, and of course the hard palate and this midline remnant of the vomer here. At this point, and you will see this perhaps even more clearly in the film, one can find the pharyngeal tubercle. In the film itself, it will be marked in black and more easily observed. In the lower portion of the screen, you can observe the dorsum of the tongue.
Note the bulge over the levator. Torus tubarius. Salpingopharyngeal fold. Now put some bread in your mouth, Mrs. Silander. Chew it a little and swallow. All right, we're going to give you some water to drink. Cough, Mrs. Sealander. Again. Now yawn. Again. All right. Now say these vowels. A, A, E.
A, E, E.
A, I, E.
A, E, E.
A, I, E.
A, E, E.
A, A.
A, A.
Repeat these rounded vowels. A, A.
A, A.
O, O, U.
E, O, U.
I, ow.
I, I.
I, ow.
I.
Now repeat these consonants. W,
W,
F,
H,
M,
H,
P,
H,
B,
D,
F,
H,
V,
R,
Th,
T,
The,
L,
T,
T,
D,
D,
N,
L,
S,
S,
Z,
Z,
Sh,
Sh,
J,
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 Z,
Ch,
Ch,
J,
J,
L,
L,
R,
R,
Y,
Y,
K,
K,
G,
G,
Ng,
E,
H.
H.
In our second and last patient, in the mid-sagittal view, we'll find that there was a smaller portion of the face removed. This nasal area was opened, exposing the nasal cavity and again the nasopharynx. In this particular patient, as I hope you noticed in the last, be sure to watch the role that the lateral pharyngeal wall plays in the closure of this velopharyngeal valve. Here in the patient, we can see the posterior pharyngeal wall in this area, and in the posterior pharyngeal wall, marked in black later in the film, we will locate the pharyngeal tubercle. In the lateral recesses of the nasopharynx, one will see the torus tubarius and the opening of the auditory tube into the pharynx. Leading down from it, you may be able to notice salpingopharyngeus, a fold over salpingopharyngeus, and a fold over the levator veli palatini, a muscle then which comes into this dorsal aspect of the soft palate, this being the area of the soft palate. Anteriorly, and just beneath the tip of the arrow, one can see the junction between the soft palate and the hard palate. Be sure to watch the action of this lateral pharyngeal wall, the soft palate, and the posterior pharyngeal wall in the closure of this valve.
With the elevation of the palate during phonation, you can note the levator action and the medial displacement of the salpingopharyngeal folds, thus giving velopharyngeal closure. And swallow the piece of bread, please. In the act of chewing and swallowing, note that a depression of the palate is caused by contraction of the tensor muscles. Now, drink that cup of water. Now drink the water through the straw. powerful action during sucking.
Okay.
Now I want you to puff out your cheeks and breathe through your nose. All right, now puff out your cheeks with air and breathe through your nose. All right, now whistle for us. Snore, please, Mr. Braxton. Cough, please. Cough again. Yawn, please. First blow easy. Now blow hard. All right. Now blow easy. Now blow hard. Blow easy. Now blow hard. Now blow easy. Now hard. Now easy. Now hard.
You've been listening to a presentation from the University of Michigan School of Dentistry, which is dedicated to supporting open learning and open educational resources. This recording is licensed under the Creative Commons. It may be reused and redistributed for nonprofit use. Please attribute materials to the University of Michigan School of Dentistry and redistribute under this same license. For more information on how this and other University of Michigan School of Dentistry recordings may be used, visit www.dent.umich.edu/license.